Well, after that trade deadline, I feel like some of these picks might go differently than I initially thought they would. What is up, football fans? First off, like I do with every pick video, I am now not obligated, but I really want to say thank you for watching, because nobody watches the pick videos. I got to figure out a way to get it out there, how to push the algorithm, get the picks out there. Maybe if you like the video, it'll push it out. I don't know, man. No one watches the pick videos. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, we're going to make our picks for this week. And there was trades. There was a lot of trades that happened that are going to really change some things here and there. We'll talk about that as we talk about each of the games. Obviously, we are going to be using Sleeper to talk about it. Check Sleeper out. Get 100% matched up to $100 if you use the promo code DDW. Even if you're like, I just want to try it, you get a free $20 no deposit needed. So this is what the app looks like. It's really fun. I'm simulcasting it from my phone. Last week, I went 9-5. And you can see where, again, I don't pick bad. It's like the NFL is just like kick rocks. Who would have honestly thought that Minnesota would have beat Detroit and the Carolina Panthers would have beat the Packers? I could have saw that the Steelers beating the Colts. That one I could have saw. And the Bills beating the Chiefs. But like Dallas, come on, man. So overall, my record is, what was my record? 86-49. I dropped. This gentleman right here is 95-40. Good for you, Fins Up. Good for you. All right, let's get into this week's pick'ems. We're going to start with the Thursday night game, tomorrow's game, the Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos now do not have a linebacker. They traded him to the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe that's why it went from being a 10.5 point to now it's 8.5 point. I'm going with the Denver Broncos. Regardless of your thoughts on Bo Nix, I do like the way the Denver Broncos defense is playing, and I do not like the way that the Raiders are playing. And the Broncos are the home team, so I am going with Denver in that one. Speaking of a team that got some assets, the Atlanta Falcons are heading to Indy to take on the Colts. Colts are giving 5.5. Oh, and I'm taking the Broncos with 8.5. I think they're going to do much better. The Indianapolis Colts now have Sauce Gardner. They gave up 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner, and they have a good corner, a Grabby Magoo, as I like to call him. I think it's hilarious that he said the reason that he's getting the flags for holding now is because his team's not playing well. Since you've been drafted to the Jets, when did they ever play well? Obviously, I'm going with the Colts on this one. I think they have a bounce back game against Atlanta, who at one point was a hot team and they had a good defense, and now all of a sudden isn't that hot, even though, who is it? They did play very well against the New England Patriots and almost beat them. Almost beat them. Then we have the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are giving 4.5. Obviously, I'm going with the hot hand of the Carolina Panthers. If you are a Dolphins fan and you want to, my brain just stopped working. You want to move up and get better draft picks. You want the Saints to win this game. You want the Saints to go out and beat the Panthers. I don't think it'll happen, but that's what you want. You want to root for that. Then you got the Giants taking on the Bears, and the Bears are giving 3.5. The Giants don't have Cam Scatterbo. They don't have Neighbors. They have Jackson Dart. The Chicago Bears got into a absolute bananas and pajamas shootout with the Cincinnati Bengals, ending up winning with a Loveland, I think, touchdown reception. Chicago's giving 3.5. I'm giving it to Chicago. Even with that 3.5, I think the Giants continue to fall a little bit. I think they'll beat a lesser team, or shock somebody, kind of like they did Philly, but no, I don't think so. This next one is interesting. Now, I don't know the status of me recording this of CJ Stroud. But Jacksonville has been playing sound football. They did beat the Raiders because they batted the ball down with the 2-point conversion. Again, Houston lost their game, won their game, lost their game to the Denver Broncos, barely 18-15 after, again, CJ Stroud getting injured. I'm going with Jacksonville in this one. I think they're playing much better, and I like the way their defense is playing. And I don't know what's going on with CJ Stroud, if I'm being honest with you. And the fact that they're giving 1.5 in their home is very interesting. I'm going to tell you about this one. The Miami Dolphins are getting 8.5 points. There's no way I wouldn't say no way, but do you think the Dolphins are going to beat the Bills? Like in all honesty, I think it's going to be a butt whooping. Like a big old bad butt whooping. I think this is going to be the 4th butt whooping of this season. First one being the Colts, second one being the Browns, the third one's being the Ravens, and now this one, a spankety dankety. I'll talk more about it on Friday. I'll give you like, hey, what could we do to win? But that's my thoughts and opinions. Then we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Baltimore now a 3.5-point favorite after smacking the Miami Dolphins on their Dolphin tushy. Lamar Jackson was back in action, and he threw 4 touchdowns against a very bad Dolphin defense. Taking on Minnesota, who has a much better defense. I think Baltimore's back, and they are back at a right moment where they can just build off of this success. Lamar essentially got an extended bye. They gifted the AFC North a little bit of a cushion, and they're going to come roaring back. I like Baltimore in this one. Then we have another interesting one, the Cleveland Browns taking on the New York Jets. Now, if the Cleveland Browns win, that kind of pushes them down and the Dolphins up a little bit. We want the New York Jets to win this one. But the Jets traded Quinnen Williams, got 2 firsts off of that one. 1 first? 1 first. They got 2 firsts for Indy. I know they have 2 firsts this year and 3 next year. I just don't remember who for what. And they traded Carter, their corner. So they traded a lot on that defense. I'm going Cleveland. I think the Jets will compete. They're home. They still have Garrett Wilson. They still have Brees. Those are 2 names that people thought would get traded. Not Garrett Wilson, but Brees Hall was a name that they thought would get traded. They thought McDonald, or I think one of their pass rushers, would get traded. They didn't. Don't be surprised if they kind of like huddle up and get together and be like, look, we traded everyone, but we're still going to fight. We're still going to play hard. We have multiple 1st-round picks, so if we want anybody, we can get them. Don't worry about it. Let's go out there and play some sound football and win. There's no point in tanking, yada, yada. I would love a Jets win here. That would really help the Dolphins move up and get ahead of the Jets, because I don't see the Dolphins beating the Bills, but I don't think so. I think they kind of packed it in. Then you have the New England Patriots taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Tampa Bay's getting 2.5. This is a big test for New England. Now, I'm not here to poo or rain or anything you want to say on the New England Patriots season so far. They play who's in front of them. But who have they beaten? They beat Buffalo in Buffalo. Very well, Drake May played. But to me, they haven't beaten anyone really. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the teams they are beating, the Cleveland Browns, the Saints, the Falcons, all this stuff. They almost lost to the Falcons. That being said, I am still taking them to beat Tampa Bay. But this is a test here. And Tampa Bay might come out and win this game. But this is definitely a test. Drake May did not have a good game against Atlanta, even though he had 100 passer rating. He had the interception. He did have 2 touchdowns. But they were very close to losing that game to Atlanta. This is going to be a very interesting game indeed. Then you have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are giving 7.5. Arizona coming off a victory against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas. Does Dallas even play? No, they're on a bye. So I can sit here and make fun of them. God. Then you trade for Quinnen Williams, and then you trade for a linebacker from the Denver Broncos. I'm going Seattle. Seattle's the better team. Jacoby Brissett played fantastic. So did Marvin Harrison Jr. They played fantastic against Dallas, but Seattle's a different breed. Seattle's a different team. And you saw what Seattle did to Washington. I'm going with Seattle, even at 7.5. Then we have the Rams taking on the 49ers. The Rams are giving 3.5, which means it's about a 6.5 point spread. Taking on these 49ers with Mac Jones. This game is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be close, but I do like the way the Rams are playing. I'm hoping Puka Nacua is fine. Again, I have him in fantasy. I need him to play well. I think it's a chest injury, so hopefully he's fine. But even without him, we've seen what Devontae Adams can do. I think that the Rams are going to win this one. Then we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Washington Commanders. Detroit has a bounce back after the upset against the Minnesota Vikings. Washington is going to be without Jaden Daniels for a while. Again, it was a dislocated elbow. I don't know the severity of it or how long he'll be out for. Don't sit around and think Marcus Mariota sucks. Go watch how he played against the Raiders when they beat their fannies. But I think Detroit bounces back and they have a big game against Washington. Now, they finally got the Sunday night game right. For the past few weeks, the Sunday night game, I'm like, this shouldn't be the Sunday night game. This should be the Sunday night game. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Los Angeles Chargers in Los Angeles. I am going with the 3.5 for Los Angeles. I'm going Los Angeles. But this is going to be a good game. This is where you're really going to see Justin Herbert. You know, prime time against a good Steelers team. What is he going to do? That's what I'm interested in. And finally, you got Philly, who now has Jalen Phillips and Carter at corner, taking on the Green Bay Packers, who lost. That's what you losing to teams you shouldn't lose to. Like, again, Carolina is actually better than a lot of people think they are, but like the way Jordan Love played in that game and the missed field goals and like all this stuff killing me, I'm going Philly. Even though Green Bay's given 2.5, I like Philly. I like the way their defense is now. I like the additions they made. Like I said in my previous videos, and I was live last night, I think that Jalen Phillips is going to do really well with them. I could see him getting around 6 sacks with the Eagles, putting his grand total on the season around 9. I think Philly's, getting ready to go off on a tear. Hopefully they just get knocked out of the playoffs in the first round. Dolphins get a better draft pick. But those are my picks. Let's see if I can do better than I have been. Let's do the total. How many combined total points for this game? I'm going to say 40. Oh, that's 70. 45. Go check them out. Go check Sleep Route. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Appreciate you all listening. Like I said, this is my least viewed video. So the fact that you are watching this, especially all the way to the end, warms my heart. Love you guys. I will see you maybe tomorrow. Maybe I got a surprise video for you tomorrow, but definitely on Friday previewing. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. If it's up.